Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're going to do something a little different today. And we're just going to pull a line from the AA 12 and 12 that really jumped out at me. It's on page 60. It's part of the chapter that talks about step 5. And here we go. Going it alone in spiritual matters is dangerous. How many times have we heard well-intentioned people claim the guidance of God when it was all too plain that they were sorely mistaken? Lacking both practice and humility, they had deluded themselves and were able to justify the most errant nonsense on the ground that this is what God had told them. All right. So, a little humbling maybe for many of us who are like, oh, I was so sure that was the right thing to do. But I just want to emphasize this very first line. Going it alone in spiritual matters is dangerous. And that is why it is so important to have a sponsor. That is why it is so important to have fellows, to have friends, to have a spiritual director, to go to the sacraments if that is part of your faith. We get lost in our minds. Our minds are very tricky, and us in the 12 steps, I think we have a uniquely tricky mind, that strange mental twist that exists that the big book can talk about. Our thinking, it can lie to us. And we have this thread of self-protection, of self-focus that can be so strong that when it is in the driver's seat, it can make even what's false sound true. It can make what could later look outrageous seem reasonable. And that's why we pray. That's why we ask for our higher power to give his input. But it's also why we ask another human to give their input. And we have the virtue of seeking good counsel. It's part of prudence. That this is how we make good decisions. This is how we get to practice the humility of seeking out something that we thought was brilliant or good and asking other people for their input, fully aware and allowing them to not see it as great as we saw it, or giving them the freedom to maybe poke holes in something that we were attached to. So it's this beautiful practice of humility, and it's for two reasons, because we have a mind that can confuse us about what is good and true. That's why we're in the 12 steps. And the other thing is that we get stronger in our program when we reach out to others. We build bonds and community, which draws us deeper into recovery. And so actually, it looks painful from the outside to go to another person because we don't want them to say what we think is so great is not, or we're scared of criticism, or we're just embarrassed that our judgment could be off, or we're just so damn arrogant that we don't think we need someone else's input. We get to do that and flex that muscle, that humility muscle, with the grace of God. And chances are something even more profound, more beautiful, more creative, and better will come from the feedback that you receive, because it's given in good faith in program. Because it's given in good faith when you go to someone you can trust, who knows you, who loves you, who sees your goodness. And we have to allow them that opportunity. We have to allow them that freedom. And we have to love other people enough and see and know their own dignity to give them the opportunity to give us feedback without lashback in return, without thinking less of ourselves. And just know that that's God doing for you what you can't do for yourself. To receive feedback without taking it as criticism. To receive criticism and not feel that it means you're less than. That is the power of the 12-step spirituality. That is the transformation of your higher power working in your life. And that is the effect of humility that will strengthen your recovery and keep you close to the heart of God. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you're here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.